Contrary to that popular song, I'm really glad to be stuck in Lodi again. Awarded the 2015 Wine Region of the Year, delicious food, relaxing spas, and we're gonna put it all together with some great cheese. Lodi, California. Every town, every city has its hot spots and hidden gems. Join us as we travel the back roads and the main highways, sharing the untold stories behind the food, drink, culture, and notable people that make up these unique treasures. Come on, let's dine out along the road. In our first experience of the Lodi appellation of California, we discover Acquiesce Winery, where the mantra is to submit to nature, to yield to the vineyard, and to acquiesce to the grapes. A rarity among Lodi wineries, Acquiesce specializes in white wine varietals, lovingly created in small batches. Styled to be food-friendly, the wines are paired with small food bites and served in a tasting room as unique as the winery itself. Sue, there's a Rhone awakening here in the Central Valley of Lodi, California, partly because these beautiful vineyards and the vines are sourced from that amazing region in southern France, the Rhone wine region, and that little area, the Châteauneuf-du-Pape. How much is that creating distinction for your great white wines here?
Totally. The clones from the varietals come from Châteauneuf-du-Pape. Only 7% of the grapes grown in that region in France are white. And so you might not normally see them when you go shopping for wine. I fell in love with a white Châteauneuf-du-Pape and decided to plant them here. I wanted to focus on whites and do them right. I always felt that whites didn't get their due in the winery, that sometimes they were overshadowed by the bigger reds, and so I wanted to just focus on the whites. Actually, when we first opened the winery 5 years ago, some well-meaning people in the community told me it would never fly, all white. And I said, well, if I don't sell them, I'll drink them.
Yeah.
And we sold out the first year, and we've been selling out every year since.
I got to witness really the detail that you put into and the craftsmanship you put into this amazing winery. I mean, why is that so important to you?
We're concentrating on premium varietals here, so we want to express the true grape in each bottle. And in order to do that, you have to lightly water so that the grapes don't uptake too much water. We hand pick so we can sort out the fruit that we want to be in our press. We whole cluster press so that they are not sitting on the skins too long. You know, it's relatively unknown, but Lodi was just awarded Wine Region of the Year in 2015. And that's a worldwide award. And we're finding that it's brought recognition to Lodi. You're more likely to see the winemaker and the owner behind the tasting bar. Because we're a small operation, we're very tuned into what's going on in our tasting rooms and also in the winery.
What happens at this in the process of winemaking right here?
So this is Grenache Blanc in the tank. That's our signature varietal. And this is just partway through fermentation. So we added yeast to the juice. The yeast eats the sugar in the juice, and the byproduct is alcohol, which is great. But this one's halfway through, so it's kind of like a mimosa. You've got the sweetness from the juice, but you've got a little bit of fizz and a little alcohol.
Nice,
so
nice. Can't wait to try that, absolutely. Is there a reason why you're aging these wines in steel tanks versus traditional oak barrels?
Yeah, you know, in Lodi, we get a great expression of fruit on our wines. We're able to take our vines through maturation in the vineyard, so we get a nice fruit profile. And so I don't want to cover that up with oak. I want to showcase that in the glass.
Yeah.
So we're starting with our Grenache Blanc 2015. And this wine just won Best of Class in Sunset Magazine.
Wow, this is one of your real signature wines here at the winery, right?
It is. There's only 300 acres of Grenache Blanc in the U.S.
Wow,
we
that's
have 3
delicious.
acres here.
That's delicious. That is just so light and fresh and, you know, almost citrusy and just even as it goes down. It's delicious. What would you pair that with?
So we've paired it with everyday foods like a cheeseburger, which is great,
Oh, wow.
but it's super special with any kind of sushi. So then we've got our 2015 Viognier, and this Viognier just won Best Viognier in California.
Wow.
At the California State Fair this
Wow,
year.
that's amazing.
So we have only 1 acre of Viognier here, but I think that it's probably one of the wines that go with most things. So if you're looking for a wine to go with asparagus or arugula, Viognier is the wine.
That's delicious. Wonderful. Great
Thank
work.
you. Thank you.
Excellent. Next stop, Durst Winery, where fabulous wines are matched only by breathtaking scenery and warm hospitality. A home away from home, the winery provides the perfect refuge to relax with a glass of wine, indulge in a picnic, play a leisurely game of croquet, or bask in the tranquil beauty of the land, rich in both history and tradition. This reminded me so much of a trip I took to South America on the edge of the Mendoza wine region, on the outskirts of Buenos Aires, this beautiful villa nestled in the middle of nowhere. This winery reminds me of that. It's so picturesque, it's so beautiful.
Well, I'm glad that you have that feeling. I think each person that comes, they look at the house and they look at the grounds and they say, oh, this is France. Oh, no, this is Italy. This is Spain.
And I think about the history, Colony Church of Christ, and I think about Herbert Fairbanks, and what would they say about this beautiful estate?
This entire property was a huge community. All of their workers were part of their family. It was a very connected community.
Yeah.
I think they would be so excited to know that we brought this back. There's a lot of people that are now enjoying the property again.
I think about the whole Lodi Appalachian region, and how that is a community. It's like winemakers coming together to uplift the entire region.
It is exactly that way.
Yeah.
How can we support you? How can we lift you up? And how can we get other people to come and find your winery? And every day we have people that walk in and they say, this winery or that winery, they sent us over here. And when they get ready to leave, we tell them, where are you going? Let's tell you about some more wineries. You've got to go see them.
I think about the words Lodi and California. And you put those together and it's loca,
Yeah.
which in Spanish means crazy.
Crazy about
You know
wine.
what? And I'm crazy about your winery here at Durst, and I'm super crazy about you.
Well,
thank you so
thank
much
you.
for your time.
Well,
and
thank
sharing your
you.
winery. Let's
Shall
have
we
some
have a
more.
little wine?
Absolutely. Hey, Dan, this is the life and soul of the winery, isn't it? The barrel room, right?
It is. This is where everything takes place.
Yeah, this is
Turns
your
from grapes into wine.
Yeah, your moneymaker, right?
That's the money,
Tell me,
right?
how many barrels are you currently aging right now?
Well, this is our 2015 vintage, and we've got probably about 75 barrels here, which
Yeah.
represent about 1,500 cases
Yeah.
wine.
What kind of a challenge is it for you to run the winery here with Cassandra every day?
Well, there is a challenge every day. That's
Yeah.
exactly right. But as I say, it keeps me out of the bars and keeps me happy. So.
Yeah, but then you got your own stock of inventory here to work with too, right? Kim, hi. How are you? Good to see you.
Hi, welcome
Kim.
to Durst Winery. You're going to do some tasting with us?
Yeah, love
okay.
to. Love to.
Alrighty.
Let's do it.
We're going to start with some of our whites. The first one I pour today will be an Albarino. This is a really nice white wine. It's a Spanish varietal. Very
you,
nice
Jen.
white wine. And we serve it chilled. Cassandra can tell you a little bit more.
Wow, that is so delicious and crisp and clean and fresh. It's like lemony notes in there, some citrusy stuff going on in there. It's just
I
fabulous.
call this summer in a glass.
Kim, what do you got for us now?
So now I'm going to pour a Mata Mia white, and Cassandra will tell you a little bit more about the grape. It's made from a symphony grape, not quite as sweet as a Moscato.
Thank you. Symphony is actually a clone, and it is an Alexander Moscato, and it's clone to a Grenache Blanc.
Yes.
So unique,
Oh,
isn't
that
it?
is so smooth. And I mean, just at the point of the nose has an amazing just texture and note. And then when it goes through your throat, it tastes a little
It
different.
changes, doesn't it?
Yes, that is a beautiful wine.
This is our Sangiovese, and you know, Sangiovese is of the Tuscan region. And this Sangiovese, the grapes actually are, it's a mid-weight red, and the Sangiovese actually is found in a vineyard that is so old that you only get a few clusters per vine.
That's lovely. That is super lovely. Thank you. So what goes best with wine? You guessed it, a cheese lover's paradise. Cheese Central carries over 80 different varieties of cheeses from around the globe. This downtown Lodi gem also houses everything from sausages and crackers to jams and chocolates. Ideal goodies to take along on that full day of wine tasting. Cindy, you might be one of California's great cheesemongers. How did this all start for you?
As a chef for many years, working with good quality products is what's really been the draw. And it was really hard to find good cheeses here in the Central Valley.
I believe you carry over 80 different varieties of cheeses from all over the world, is that correct?
Well, when you consider that France makes a couple thousand different kinds of cheese, and England 900 different kinds, we only have room in our cheese cases, only I say, for between 80 and 100 cheeses at any given time.
I think all of us are an expert in one cheese, right? The one we love, but you have over 80 different varieties here, and I think one of the wonderful things you offer the general public is the art of understanding cheese and pairing, and you have these great classes here.
We do.
Tell us a little bit about that.
Well, one of our favorite classes to do that is very cheese-centric is called Cheese 101A. We do have a 101B, 101C, but the A is the one we do all the time. And we have done that one over 250 times in our 5-year history. It is a cheese appreciation class. What we do is we pair our milks side by side. Liquid milk has to go from liquid to solid somehow. How does that happen? Then we follow the culturing process, and then we sample cheeses in the first 4 of the 13 cheese families.
I would argue the greatest love affair is that of cheese and wine, isn't it? Why is that?
Well, cheese and wine are an awesome pairing if you pair them properly. Bubbly, lots of wines with bubbles in them are best pairings. Easiest to pair with. The carbonation has something to do with that. It helps give you a fresh bite each time you take a sip. The bubbles kind of clean out the butterfat from your mouth. Beers, perfect pairings.
Yeah.
Do a really great job. And our craft beer movement, of course, in the U.S., California in particular, there's over 400 craft brewers just in California.
Yeah.
They do a great job.
Can I lean on your expertise to stretch my palate? Can we go try some?
We can do that.
Let's go do it.
All
Yeah,
right.
bring on the cheese.
Yeah.
Okay, what I've been waiting for all day, a little cheese tasting. Show me how to do it, my Obi-Wan. Great.
So the first one we're going to try is a beautiful cheese that's called Domaine du Village. A similar cheese would be Saint-André. It would be Délice de Bourgogne. This is a triple creme brie from the Burgundy region of France. This is a delicious cheese to have with sparkling wine or Chardonnay.
Wow.
Triple creme is rich, luxurious, and as a triple creme, it means that the cheese has been made with extra layers of butterfat or buttercream. And exactly.
That is so good.
I know.
So delicious.
It's
And when
like
it did,
butter.
it melted in my mouth like butter. That is so good.
Our second cheese is called Bouche Rondin. And my French employee here laughs every time we say her French words. But Bouche Rondin is an awesome goat's milk cheese from the Loire Valley in France.
Yeah. And
This would go with your Sauvignon Blanc, Albarino, Verdelho, Verdejo, Pinot Grigio, Pinot Gris. Those styles of wine are going to be tart, a little fruity, awesome with goat cheese.
I love goat cheese.
I
I'm
know.
indoctrinated with goat cheese. That's fabulous.
So
That's like
good.
uber delicious goat cheese.
Yeah, so let's get a wonderful Spanish cheese. The
that's really
Spanish
good.
would serve it this way. Let's put it onto our paper with a little piece of quince paste or membrillo. Membrillo is awesome with our cheeses. It is a perfect accompaniment. If you don't have any fresh fruit on your tray, you would use the membrillo as the fruit accompaniment. See how the cheese changes when you add sweetness. Isn't that yummy?
That's lovely.
Another one of the sweet treats that the Spanish have for those cheeses, and goes with many of our cheeses, cheddars, blues, etc., would be this fig cake. So fig cake is a product of whole dehydrated figs.
Oh, wow.
The figs are compressed over 3 layers of nuts. Marcona almonds, walnuts, and hazelnuts. And it's compressed together so it all sticks together and becomes an awesome product to have with your cheese.
It's beautiful to look
Isn't it
at. It's got a
gorgeous?
great color.
Yeah.
Yes, absolutely. Oh, wow.
And where would a Spanish tapas platter be
right?
without chorizo?
No, not without, right?
The smoked paprika that's in it, the pimentón really comes through. We carry it as a mild product as well as a spicy one. Excellent ingredient. You can't start a good paella unless you have chorizo.
This is ridiculously good. It's got a great spicy kick at the very end.
Yes.
It's delicious. Cindy, I love your little shop.
Thank you.
World-class cheeses. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Yes.
Come and see us again.
I will. Located on the stunning grounds of Wine and Roses Hotel and Spa, the Townhouse Restaurant is a taste of culinary excellence. The deliciously prepared, creatively designed cuisine revolves around a dedication to seasonally fresh and organic ingredients. Adding the perfect touch to the dining experience, refreshing libations and nightly entertainment at the Townhouse Lounge. Stressed out about life, when you talk about a place to decompress, there's beautiful gardens, the greenery, your gorgeous macaws out there. What was your inspiration, your vision to build this beautiful resort here in Lodi?
Well, it was really interesting. We sat around here in 1985, and the vision at that time was to build something bigger and better than the bed and breakfast that we had. So we built the Wine Grape Commission building. We moved into building the ballroom. We finished that back in 2000.
Yeah.
And then thereafter, we just started building one building at a time, 14 rooms, then 15 rooms. And then we built some houses out back.
Yeah.
And we built long-term stay. Then we started with the spa. We've got 7 acres here on this property. So there's a lot more to come. What it is, I couldn't exactly tell you.
I can't wait.
This is our day boat scallops. And then that's going with our couscous that we scented with kaffir lime, Brentwood corn, and blanched spinach. Our sauce is a corn foam. Our next dish is the pancetta wrapped rabbit loin. Finish with a little bit of parsley. We're ready to cut. Put our pasta around our loin. Our mushrooms.
Chef, this looks absolutely delicious. I mean, what have you made for us today? This
This is one of my favorite dishes. It incorporates 2 different textures of corn. The fresh corn in the couscous and the foam, I call it, that we charge with CO2 in a canister. So different textures there.
It's a beautiful sweet savory combination because you've got that sweetness of the corn and the savoriness gets kicked up by that spinach. It's just delicious. The same thing here. The rabbit is cooked to perfection. And what really throws this over the top is these chanterelle mushrooms. This is outstanding. Mixed in that delicious broth. You just want to go and stick your face in this whole thing. This is really good. Keep up the good work.
Thank you.
Walking through the grounds today and see the preparation for, looks like a beautiful garden wedding, and you have a few of those
We
here,
do
right?
a lot of weddings
Yeah.
here. We we do a great job. I think that's what we're known for. The key to what we have here is not only the grounds and the staff to take care of them, but we have the facilities and the rooms for a destination wedding.
This beautiful wedding chapel. You've got this amazing restaurant surrounded by those gorgeous world-class wineries, the beautiful spa. I mean, who was the architect in terms of bringing all this together and your designer?
It's a collaboration
Yeah.
of my wife, Catherine, our designer, Judy Schultz, our architect, Mike Donaldson from Stockton, and our staff. We've had a great executive staff here, and Donna Anguiano, who runs our grounds crew, and her vision, I just let her go.
Yeah.
She just plants. There's over 250 types of plants on the property. And
I mean, you have so many things to be proud of when it comes to this resort. What are you most proud of?
well, I don't know, probably being able to sit here and drink some wine.
Yeah,
probably.
amen to that, right?
Yeah. No, I'm just proud that we've been able to create this in the city. Just that partnership in the town, having grown up here and being able to come back and create something means a lot to me. And this is like Napa in the 60s. And that's the way the Lodi appellation is.
Yeah.
We're growing. When we started here, we had 8 wineries. Now there's probably 85 to 100 over that. There's over 35 tasting rooms. And the success that we've had with the Wine Grape Commission and their growth has been tremendous. People say, what are you going to do when you retire? I said, I am retired. I'm working every day, but this is what I'll be doing.
Acquiesce. Join us next time as we continue our culinary quest in the beautiful seaside village of Morro Bay, California. Come on, let's dine out along the road.